While some hate the various tropes that haunt found footage films, shaky cams, cheap budget, lots of filler leading up to no real payoff when the rushed ending finally comes about, there's an abundance of found footage horror films out there to sift through, and I can understand why some people might be frustrated and dislike the subgenre. But the Hell House LLC series has been a true standout, proving to be highly effective in setting up scares and building a solid lore to support 3 films. Well, this Halloween, another Hell House LLC movie is being released. Could the 4th film in this franchise dare to be worth checking out? Let's find out. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor is new, streaming on Shudder from Terror Films. It's directed and written by Stephen Cognetti. Delving into the past leading up to the horrors that happened in the Hell House trilogy, Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor looks into the life and home of one of the people who built the Abaddon Hotel, the site where the first 3 films took place. When a trio of cold case investigators, Margot, played by Bridget Rose Parada, her girlfriend Rebecca, played by Destiny Leilani Brown, and her brother Chase, played by James Liddell, go missing after visiting the expansive Carmichael estate, their footage taken for their documentary series is found months later and dissected by another documentary crew. The first Hell House LLC was a wonderful little found footager that was able to recreate some of the sights, sounds, and scares one might experience making one's way through a haunted house attraction. Not only did it use the found footage template well, but it also was able to set up some great set pieces, developing thick suspense and delivering some strong shockaroo payoffs. Hell House LLC 2, The Abaddon Hotel, perfected the model and delivered some great original sequences itself that added to the lore. Unfortunately, the third Hell House LLC, Lake of Fire, felt somewhat repetitive and rushed, and too steeped in its own backstory for its own good. While I liked parts of it, I felt the series had run its course and that it could go out relatively strong without overstaying its welcome with a trilogy. But it's been a few years, and it seems filmmaker Stephen Cognetti had enough time to inject some new life into the series, as I found this newest Hell House LLC, subtitled Origins: The Carmichael Manor, to be quite an invigorating little spook show. Let's be honest, the scariest part of the Hell House LLC series are those creepy-ass clown mannequins, and while the Hell House LLC trilogy answered a lot of questions, it really didn't delve into what those freaking things were and what the story was behind them. Now, I don't know if that needed a whole movie to explain it, but that's basically what this 4th installment is all about. While we do find out about another haunted location, the Carmichael Manor, and the unsolved murder of the Carmichael family, it basically takes what worked in the original trilogy and places it in a new locale. But honestly, the best part of these films are the various setups where Cognetti places one character alone and hearing/seeing things, resulting in a gigantic jump scare, and damn it if he doesn't pull this off multiple times again in Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor. It's not the most sophisticated of scares, but Cognetti makes it work over and over and over again in this movie. What makes it so successful is that he gets decent actors to place into peril, and the leads, Parada, Brown, and Liddell, are just that. This isn't Shakespeare, but they are able to convey the feelings anyone would experience when they're alone in a house and hear something spooky and are forced to check it out. Now, this one has the leads making a supernatural podcast, so they want something to happen, which is a bit of a switch from the haunted attraction motivation of the first 3 movies. But the palpable fear is communicated by these actors all the same. Using long corridors, twisting halls, half-opened doors, winding stairwells, and a foreboding woods surrounding the manor, you know, all the usual shit that is used in a haunted house scenario, Cognetti is really able to get some solid scares from these actors, and thus, it scared the shit out of me too. Turns out these clowns are scary, and while the backstory isn't the deepest, it fits into the lore decently. Now, I would have tossed those mannequins into a bonfire at first sight, but because they aren't supposed to change anything in the historic home, our leads just can't do that. And while I think showing the clowns move might have been a tiny step too far, it does make for some absolutely chilling moments. Hell House LLC Origins isn't perfect. There's a lot of backstory this one treads through, and there were times when I think the lore was just too complicated for its own good. By the time Part 3 came out, the backstory had become too impenetrable, with a lot of it left to the viewer to remember rather than the movie refreshing some necessary info. While it might have been clear to the filmmakers, the casual viewer would have seen numerous other films since the last Hell House movie. This fourth installment does a better job of catching people up, so it's not necessary to see the other films, but it does add to the experience. Still, even I, who have seen all of the films numerous times, had some trouble trying to piece how everything fit together, including the new info Origins provides. That said, this is a wing-dang doodle of a haunted house found footage movie. It contains numerous white-knuckle scenes that actually pay off. While it does utilize music, and I hate that, I guess since the film is presented in a documentary-style format, it's more feasible that the keyboard lead-ins were added in post. Still, I prefer my found footage music-free, and Origins breaks that rule. Nevertheless, I was caught up in Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor, and from the looks of things, this installment paves the way for more to come. I'm all for it, if Cognetti can capture the levels of tension and terror he achieves in this latest one. Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor, and man am I sick of saying that entire title. Still, it's the perfect little spook show, dropped just in time to scare the crap out of you this Halloween.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. God doomed. Live the